Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Timber Dome here at Cedar Park High School. Still got some pregame music blasting. About a minute of warm-up still to go, but we'll jump right in a little bit early tonight here as you're watching Liberty Hill Running Panthers basketball here on Vype Live. My name is Adam Mueller. Always great to be with you for the season as both sets of teams will take off the warm-up shirts. Get ready for the tip-off here. Of course, we will have the national anthem. Again, it's the Liberty Hill Running Panthers visiting the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Step away shortly for the national anthem, and we'll get your starting lineups, get ready to go tonight here on this unseasonably warm February, first Tuesday of February. Be back in just a second. That's why I said 3 and 7. Alrighty, national anthem is finished, and we're getting the starting lineups first for the Liberty Hill Running Panthers. Let's see. Hey, if Coach Bourne wants to go big again, he certainly will. Number 5, Markel Timmons. Number 15, Christian Faulkner. Those are your 2 guards. And then Colin Schultz, Eric Richardson, and Jackson Scott. The 3 big men, all starting, all seniors. Now we'll turn our attention to the Timberwolves. Number 10, Jackson Soliday, a sophomore. Number 21, Sean Mukherjee. It's a junior. Another junior is Nabil Ishmael, the star for the Timberwolves. Number 4, Thalen Nelson, the first senior to be announced. And the second senior is going to be Dallas Ortiz, another guard. As we've talked about a lot this season, again in this matchup, the Panthers will have a fairly significant height advantage. The Timberwolves' tallest starter, Ishmael and Mukherjee, both at 6'3". Panthers, of course, with 3 guys 6'6" and up. So should be a good one. Ready for this. Thanks for joining us again. My name is Adam Mueller. Welcome to February. Running Panthers looking for 14 straight against this Cedar Park team that has maybe performed slightly under expectations this season, and a competitive tip. Jackson Scott will track it down, and Coach Bourne calls the first play of the game. We are just about set and ready. Markel Timmons looks like a 2-3 as Mukherjee shifts into the middle. Panthers should be familiar with this defense. They practice against it. Jackson Scott from the high post. Richardson using that height advantage. Left hand couldn't get it to go, but Jackson Scott will get it on the third time of asking. And into the press. A lot of contact right here in front of us. Markel Timmons will be called for the foul. We've got public address announcer here who conveniently will give us lots of good information. Just about 40 seconds into the game. Ortiz at the top to Nelson. Now Mukherjee at the high post. There's Ortiz again. Good hands from Faulkner, who plays at the top of that press. Nelson gets it to Ortiz. The 3-ball is long. And now Faulkner wants to push down the wing. Schultz in some trouble, got it to Jackson Scott. Had to shuffle the feet, left hand didn't go. Ishmael will track it down eventually right here in front of us. That's Salade right there in the corner. Mukherjee looking across. This is going to be Nelson, no Ishmael. At the top, Mukherjee trying to work against the bigger Scott. Salade now. Nelson looking baseline. Lost the handle for a second. Of course, Colin Schultz and now Eric Richardson, it looks like. They're playing the wings on the bottom 3 of that 2-3 zone. Christian Faulkner way out there against Nelson. Ortiz swings to Salade. Timberwolves very patient. Ishmael now to Ortiz. He'll swing to Salade. Just lost the handle for a moment. Timmons, I guess, had a foot out of bounds. So we'll stay here a couple minutes through this first quarter. Comfortable 47-30 victory against Hayes at the Panthers Den on Friday. We start our last full week of the regular season with this visit to Cedar Park. Markel Timmons with 16 on Friday. Colin Schultz with 12 and 10 rebounds. Eric Richardson added 6 and 8 rebounds. Well-balanced attack for the Panthers after, of course, a week ago, Jackson Scott put up that 31 ball. Ortiz tried to get to the rim. Good contest from Richardson. Jackson Scott again in transition. Couldn't get it to go, and our foul call comes from the referee actually down here closest to the visitor stands. Jackson Scott will go to the line. 5:26. First free throw a little bit short. Again, playing with that tall lineup again, just like we saw on Friday for the first time. Scott's got all 3 of the first 3 for the Panthers. 5.5 left, and got a handle on that. Ishmael's going to have to recover. Of course, nobody else in the district does it quite like the Panthers do. Again, Scott in transition, foul, and couldn't get it to go, but drew the foul. Jackson Scott back to the line. First free throw just about rims out. Seems like by far, especially in district play, Jackson Scott most frequent to the line for the Panthers. Of course, want to see him show some consistency on this end. We do have substitutions, and 2 for 4. Scott's got all 4 for the Panthers. Jacob McLeod, Cole Borden, and Justin Wukash checked in. Cole Borden with the steal. And he's called for a really tough charge. Good to see Cole Borden in there defensively. We know he's a hawk on defense. Attacks the rim, but called for the charge. Not sure about that call, but Timberwolves still have to get through this press, and good hands from Borden. He's got 2 steals in the first 30 seconds he's been in the game. McLeod, Wukash thought about it. And Timmons will set things up. Good find to Jackson Scott, who goes up. And Scott with all 6 so far for the team in purple and gold. Mukherjee had the ball knocked away. Seems like there are some injury issues for the Timberwolves. I see 3 guys on the bench with jerseys, but not suited up fully. Down low, that's Salade. Jacob McLeod ducks in, comes out with the ball. Sophomore gets to Timmons at the top. Covered by Ortiz. Screen from Borden. Good pick and roll. Used his body really well, and Cole Borden has got a great start to this game defensively and offensively now. Love to see that for Cole. 8-0 early. Real emphasis, though, on this defense. Ortiz, Ishmael, Ortiz. Swings to a spot, nobody there. I guess Ortiz wanted Nelson to maybe crash down to the corner, and Coach Blake Brown for the Timberwolves wants a timeout. So 3.5 left in quarter number 1. Panthers 8, Timberwolves nothing.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, The Standard on Vaughn, a beautiful restaurant located in the heart of Bertram, Texas, featuring a full mixology bar and menu offerings including hand select and house cut steaks. They also offer private parties and event space. The Standard on Vaughn is the place to be. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Free live music every weekend. The Standard on Vaughn, 145 East Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. TheStandardOnVaughn.com.
3:37 in quarter number 1, and it's all Panthers so far. 6 points from Jackson Scott and a twofer from Cole Borden, who started off well on both sides of the ball. Jacob McLeod driving, had the ball tipped. This should stay here over the head of Justin Wukash. These two teams always seem to be well matched over the years. Christian Faulkner, Eric Richardson in for Scott and Timmons. Of course, Panthers looking to avenge the 2 close losses last season to the Timberwolves with a couple wins this season. Of course, started off really well. Here's Cole Borden to the rim again. Boy, thought he was fouled, but Good attack from Cole. Ishmael with the left hand, swings to Salade. Good defense from the Timberwolves. Nelson trying to make something happen, and eventually Christian Faulkner will come out with the ball. Faulkner to McLeod. Jacob ducks under and resets. Richardson swings to McLeod. Good pull from Jacob. Ball tipped out. Which way we going? We're going to the home team. First game back in January, 66-44. Comprehensive victory for the Panthers in that one. Timberwolves still looking for that first bucket. Ishmael, again, he's the one. You can see how quickly Jacob McLeod closed out on Nabil Ishmael. He, number 5 right here at the top of your screen, is the big scorer. They're all shooters, really, for Cedar Park. You see Ishmael immediately think about the three. Mukherjee's the one moving around the lane. Nelson banks it. And the Timberwolves on the board for the first time. Wukash, McLeod, left hand. Good strength from the sophomore. Can't finish. There's Ishmael in the corner. Sharp shooter. Hits the top of the backboard. Schultz, Scott, Timmons for Wukash, Borden. Well, that's, I guess it's just, yeah, for Wukash, Borden, and McLeod. 1 minute, 20 seconds in quarter number 1. And this is a new wrinkle, too. Not just the bigger lineup, but Christian Faulkner bringing the ball down, sort of operating as the point guard like he did when he played here at Cedar Park. Of course, there is the Faulkner connection, not just with Christian, but of course his dad, Ben. Pass from Richardson comes off the bottom of the rim. Schultz got a hand in there. Timmons wants to go fast. Lots of bodies in the lane. The runner no good. Salade does well as the smaller guy to pull down that rebound. Ethan Paul, number 0 in the game. That's Dallas Ortiz from the corner. There's Ishmael for the first time getting down low, is eventually fouled. 25 seconds to go, and it's the first time we'll see Nabil Ishmael at the free throw line. Free throw from Ishmael drops, and Timberwolves have cut the lead in half in the last minute or so. Maddox, Maneshi, and David Cooper into the game for the Timberwolves. Ishmael couldn't get both free throws. 20 seconds to go. Panthers move quickly. Colin Schultz in the corner. Got some room. He'll take the three. Rims out. Now Ishmael wants to go coast to coast. He's got 10 seconds. We'll have to go quickly. Paul, Ishmael, Maneshi, 3 seconds. Maneshi's going to have to shoot. Paul will throw it up. Does that count? It does. Referee in front of us says it does, and referee across the court agrees. Was that a 3? Yes, it was. 8-7 as we close out the first quarter. So the Timberwolves finish strong, and Panthers need to refocus here as we head to the second. Liberty Hill 8, Cedar Park 7.
Liberty Civil Construction is a full-service site contractor based in Leander, Texas, who specializes in residential and commercial utility work. Liberty Civil Construction builds roads, bridges, utilities, anything that is vital to civil infrastructures. Liberty Civil Construction covers a territory ranging from Temple to New Braunfels and from Manor to Marble Falls. At Liberty Civil Construction, their build is their bond. People, communities, and cities depend on the work that they do, and so do they. Because they live where they work, it's vital that they get the job done right every time. Liberty Civil Construction, 512-763-1161.
Well, a mixed bag that first quarter. Started off really well for the Panthers. Jumped out to that 8-0 lead, but a 7-0 run at the end of the quarter by the Timberwolves all of a sudden has made this a one-point game. A somewhat controversial made three right at the end of that quarter. Panthers fans thought time had expired. Ishmael again open here for three. You can hear the groan from the Panthers fans. Luckily, three ball does not drop, and Timmons will push it up the floor. That starting lineup in there: Faulkner, Markell, Timmons, Jackson, Scott, Eric Richardson, and Colin Schultz, the 5. Bit of a different lineup for the Timberwolves as they've also rotated in Ross Brown. Definitely not the starting lineup. In fact, 4 different players than the original starting 5 is right on cue. It looks like Coach Blake Brown will look for a substitution, and David Cooper, the sophomore, tips it out of bounds. Eric Richardson just holding his finger there. Wonder if that's jammed or if he's okay. About a minute through quarter number 2. Of course, Panthers still have not lost in 2025, and the Timmons-Scott connection working really well. Jackson's got 8. Now a scramble for it in the middle of the court. Ortiz gets it to Paul, who is, boy, no foul called, no travel called, so we'll just play on. Faulkner, Scott, and Jackson already into double figures. He's got 10 of the Panthers' 12 points. Brown's pass, Paul is fouled on the far side. Of course, we talk about the Faulkners. Of course, Ben, longtime assistant coach to head coach Blake Brown, now assistant coach here for the Panthers. And of course, Christian Faulkner, 3 years at Cedar Park, now with the Panthers. Of course, got to be happy about that. And Liberty Hill, 3-ball from Maddox. Maneshi drops. So again, that's the impetus for the Timberwolves. 3-point shooting starts. They can certainly get back into this game. Faulkner thought about the 3. Scott in the high post. Dallas Ortiz dropped back to it. Mostly the starting lineup for the Timberwolves, except Maneshi's in there and all over Eric Richardson. Not a ton of fouls called in that first quarter. Both teams have 1 here. Timmons through the lane, banks it home, and Markell with his first points of this game. Ishmael right into that trap spot. Got it to Salade, who got it back to Ishmael. Into the corner, it's Ortiz. His 3 rims in. There's that 3-point shooting. Back to 1-point game. Timmons uses the screen. 3-ball, no good. Richardson tipped it away from Ishmael, but Menashe gets there. And did that get a tip? Neither referee knows. Did have a tip. So ball will stay with the Timberwolves. Maddox Menashe right here in front of us smiles a little bit, chuckling as Mukherjee comes in for him. Ishmael, now Salade will shoot the three, no good. Mukherjee's got his body in there, and Nelson tracks it down. Ortiz now for three, and Ortiz drops the three, and Cedar Park has the lead. Well, know about the dangerous shooting. Again, the pass from Timmons to Scott, this time tipped away. Salade to Ishmael, who's doing a lot of the ball handling here as this game goes on. Ortiz, again, you could tell, thought about the shot. Salade in the high post. D-up is the call from the Panthers bench. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Coach Boren asking the referees to watch that 3-second call. Definitely a down year for the Cedar Park Timberwolves, but that doesn't mean they're not dangerous. Ishmael to Mukherjee, spins, gives to Nelson, lefty, three. Cole Borden, strong rebound. Now Timmons wants to push. This is Jacob McLeod. That first sort of substitution cycle has been initiated for the Panthers. Wukash, McLeod, and Borden in there. Markel Timmons for three, no good. Big rebound for Ishmael, who's sort of the do-it-all, it appears, for the Timberwolves. That is the spot on that wing. Mukherjee thought about the three. Now Ortiz did, and he knocks down another one. Dallas Ortiz on fire. The home crowd making a lot of noise. And 2:48 to go in this second quarter now. Timberwolves 19, Panthers 14.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, Globe Theater in Bertram, Texas, a hometown hideaway established in 1935, blends modern conveniences with historic Art Deco architecture. The Globe Theater now features live music, classic movies, and special events. Come out for the day, the night, or the weekend. This is a must-see destination in the Hill Country. Globe Theater, 132 West Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. Online at globetheatertx.com.
Back into it. Panthers maybe settling for the outside shot a bit too much here. Wonder if Coach Boren mentioned that in his timeout. Right as I say that, Jacob McLeod fires from three. Colin Schultz uses that height advantage, skies for the rebound, and is fouled on the putback attempt. First time we've said Colin Schultz's name here on the offensive side. Certainly help the visitors for him to get into a scoring rhythm. First free throw's good. Second free throw drops, a little shooter's touch. Big points for the Panthers, kind of stem the flow here. Salade catches in the middle. Nelson hasn't been straightforward, especially out of a made shot. So see the difference there and why the offense kind of instigates the defense there. Out of the inbound play, in an instance where the Panthers can set the defense, set the press, a lot more difficult for the Timberwolves to break it. Wukash thought about the three. Faulkner catches high. McLeod thought about the three again. Schultz catches high post. Is a good spot, and a good spot too for Justin Wukash to shoot the three. Justin on the score sheet. Now Mukherjee will catch down the floor. Timberwolves want to go quickly, break that press before it can even set itself. Ortiz maybe thought about the three. I think that was an alley-oop attempt to Ishmael. Comes off the backboard, minute and a half to go. Wukash catches in that same spot down there in the corner, and Christian Faulkner slows it down. Schultz catches, spins, gives back to McLeod, comes off the rim. Nelson in the corner fell down. Did get it to Ishmael. Timberwolves might want to run. Tons of contact down there, but nothing called. And that seems to be the modus operandi for these officials. They're letting a lot go, and we've got both sides complaining right now about the call. It might have been a push-off. If it wasn't a push-off, probably was a foul on the layup attempt. 1 minute left. Tie ball game. We knew this one would be more difficult, of course, than the reverse game at the Panthers' den. Nelson catches. Mukherjee again tasked just sort of to roam around that high post area, but Paul poked out, and Ishmael called for the foul on Timmons. Question of if it's an intentional foul. I don't think we'll have a conversation about that. Coach Blake Brown very unhappy, and like I said, both sides unhappy with the call. Markel Timmons going to line for the first time in this game. Comes off the back of the rim. 42 seconds left. And Timmons, with his third point of the game, will give the Panthers the lead again. So, after going behind, Panthers have mounted a little mini run here, 6-0 run. Mukherjee catches in the corner. Salade swings and turns the ball over. Nabil Ishmael is going to have to catch this one across the court. Inbound right in front of us. 20 seconds left. You'd assume Panthers will hold for the last shot. It's been a battle. Points have been at a premium. 7 seconds for Timmons. Gives to Scott, who's standing right in front of him. Wukash takes a few dribbles, fading away. Will fire the three. Comes off the rim, and that'll do it for the first half. So, back and forth we go. Frustration on both sides, but I would say the Timberwolves fans a little bit more happy as the halftime buzzer sounds. We'll head to that full intermission, and it's a battle here for the Panthers. This 1 point lead. Stay with us. We'll be back for the second half. Again, it's Liberty Hill 20, Cedar Park 19.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, The Standard on Vaughn, a beautiful restaurant located in the heart of Bertram, Texas, featuring a full mixology bar and menu offerings including hand select and house cut steaks. They also offer private parties and event space. The Standard on Vaughn is the place to be. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Free live music every weekend. The Standard on Vaughn, 145 East Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. TheStandardOnVaughn.com.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, Globe Theater in Bertram, Texas, a hometown hideaway established in 1935, blends modern conveniences with historic Art Deco architecture. The Globe Theater now features live music, classic movies, and special events. Come out for the day, the night, or the weekend. This is a must-see destination in the Hill Country. Globe Theater, 132 West Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. Online at globetheatertx.com. Liberty Civil Construction is a full-service site contractor based in Leander, Texas, who specializes in residential and commercial utility work. Liberty Civil Construction builds roads, bridges, utilities, anything that is vital to civil infrastructures. Liberty Civil Construction covers a territory ranging from Temple to New Braunfels and from Manor to Marble Falls. At Liberty Civil Construction, their build is their bond. People, communities, and cities depend on the work that they do, and so do they. Because they live where they work, it's vital that they get the job done right every time. Liberty Civil Construction, 512-763-1161.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, the Standard on Vaughn, a beautiful restaurant located in the heart of Bertram, Texas, featuring a full mixology bar and menu offerings including hand select and house cut steaks. They also offer private parties and event space. The Standard on Vaughn is the place to be. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Free live music every weekend. The Standard on Vaughn, 145 East Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. TheStandardOnVaughn.com.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, Globe Theater in Bertram, Texas, a hometown hideaway established in 1935, blends modern conveniences with historic Art Deco architecture. The Globe Theater now features live music, classic movies, and special events. Come out for the day, the night, or the weekend. This is a must-see destination in the Hill Country. Globe Theater, 132 West Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. Online at globetheatertx.com. Liberty Civil Construction is a full-service site contractor based in Leander, Texas, who specializes in residential and commercial utility work. Liberty Civil Construction builds roads, bridges, utilities, anything that is vital to civil infrastructures. Liberty Civil Construction covers a territory ranging from Temple to New Braunfels and from Manor to Marble Falls. At Liberty Civil Construction, their build is their bond. People, communities, and cities depend on the work that they do, and so do they. Because they live where they work, it's vital that they get the job done right every time. Liberty Civil Construction, 512-763-1161.
And welcome back, folks, to a second half. You can hear the Panthers fans rounding with the big cheer, trying to get their guys motivated here. More of them filtering in from the locker room as we're set for second half of play. Jackson Scott leads the Panthers with 10 points. Markel Timmons and Justin Wukash both with 3, and Cole Borden and Colin Schultz have added 2 apiece. That's the scoring for the Panthers. Dallas Ortiz has been the high scorer for the Timberwolves. 3 threes for number 1. And those 9 points, part of the run that brought the Timberwolves back into this game. It is, of course, the battle of the Blakes tonight. Coach Blake Boren and Coach Blake Brown facing off. The annual battle of the Blakes. Of course, Coach Boren in many years of experience as an assistant coach, but just his 3rd season as a head coach. Coach Blake Brown on the other side for the Timberwolves' 21st season as head coach. Quite the run of games for Coach Brown. But let's get started here. Key second half, with the huge matchup on Friday at Leander. It is possible that this is sort of what you'd call a trap game for the Panthers. Need to come out focused, ready to go. High screen from Richardson. Came off his open down low. Timmons, nice use of the pivot foot, calm, collected, finishes at the rim. We talked about the made shots and getting into that press. Timberwolves do get it over the half-court line. Nelson in the corner, could think about trapping in that corner over there. Nelson handling the ball through the middle, fouled, and the bucket is good. All action. Starting guard for the Timberwolves. The lefty banks in the free throw. He's done it a couple times tonight. Banked in a 3, banked in a free throw. Tie ball game. Timberwolves respond. Faulkner nearly lost it, nearly stepped out of bounds. Now Nelson. Knock it out of the hands of Justin Wukash. I guess one thing I should mention is Wukash starts in place of Schultz to start this third quarter, so not necessarily the same starting five. Or was that a sub? That might have been an early sub by Coach Boren. Trying to make adjustments, trying to figure this out. Wukash with the right hand gets it to Jackson Scott, who's looking for someone to give it to. Gives it to Richardson. The two-man game between the two big fellas. Jackson Scott with 12. Panthers with the 2-point advantage. Nelson's pass knocked away by Faulkner. Timmons on the fast break. Layup no good. Tipped by Ishmael. Recovered by Saladay. Nelson nearly stepped over that half-court line. Ishmael took his eye off of it, but recovers. That sideline pass is what the Timberwolves rely on to break the press. Sort of a unique way to operate. Nelson with some room. Gave it to Saladay. Jumper no good. Ishmael with the board. His jumper comes off the rim no good. 5.5 in the third quarter. It's been a quick moving third quarter. Richardson with Mukherjee on him. Gives it to Timmons, who's called for the charge. Panthers unhappy with the call. Saladay strong hands in the middle, nearly traveled, but kept his pivot foot locked in place. Timberwolves, despite the struggles in district play this year, are coming off a huge away win, beating the Glen Grizzlies. Swing it all the way around. Mukherjee's corner three comes off the back of the rim. 49-47, beating Glen on Friday. Nice spin move by Jackson Scott. Foul is called. And the senior captain taking responsibility into his own hands here, trying to lead these Panthers in this difficult road trip. Scott 50% from the free throw line, knocks down the front end. 13 for him. And got them both. 4-point advantage. Seems like it's been a while since we've said that for the Panthers. Ortiz right on the sideline. Mukherjee thought about the pass. Now will shoot. And knocks it down. Sean Mukherjee. D-up is the call now from the Timberwolves bench. Panthers trying to work it down low again. Colin Schultz, Jacob McLeod, and Cole Borden in there. Borden will fire the three. Comes off the rim. And Jacob McLeod sneaks behind Nelson, gets it to Schultz. Huge play from McLeod. Schultz, his second bucket of the game. Nelson just fell asleep. Jacob McLeod took advantage. Ishmael down the line to Mukherjee. Swings it to Nelson, almost overcooked it. Saladay in the sort of crowded far corner of the court. Wow. Nelson fired it down low to Ortiz. It gave it to Saladay. Back rim, no good. Markel Timmons doesn't want to wait. Took some contact, got his own rebound, and is fouled this time. Markel's going to go to the line. 26-5 for the Panthers. 10-1 in district, tied for first. Good showing tonight on both sides. Timmons knocks down the free throw, 7 on the night for Markel. Muneshi in for Mukherjee for the Timberwolves. Good looking free throws from Markel Timmons. Lead is 6 as the Panthers slowly but surely sort of reestablish their superiority in this game. Can they hold on to that? Ethan Paul also in the game. Ishmael gets it to Paul. See that, just being able to set up that zone press is so crucial. Timberwolves, you can just see the mental work that it takes a guy like Ishmael to get it over the line. Now he'll fire from 3. You could fire it, you could follow it the whole way, knocks it down. Wukash quickly to Richardson down low. No good. Left hand, no good again. Came off McLeod. That'll be Timberwolves ball. Well, it's a good idea to get the ball down low, just couldn't get the finish. 2.5 left. Quarter number 3. It's definitely turning into a fight this game. Ishmael, Soliday. Ishmael again fires the deep 3. No good. Muneshi got a piece. Ortiz tracks it down. He'll swing to Muneshi. Paul, Ortiz, Soliday for 3. It's good ball movement from the Timberwolves. The shot from Soliday is way off. Comes off the underside of the backboard. Good activity from the Timberwolves, but the Panthers keep their nerve and will now look to operate the half-court offense. McLeod, Richardson. McLeod, some space right. Both teams finding space on the wing against those 2-3 zone. And there's some space for McLeod. Gets it to Faulkner. Everybody's thinking about shooting. Colin Schultz. McLeod will fire. Nice looking shot from Jacob McLeod. Not easy to do, contested. But Coach Bourne will call the timeout. Take some of that momentum into the 30-second timeout. About a minute and a half left in quarter number 3. Panthers 33, Timberwolves 27.
Thank you to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, The Standard on Vaughn, a beautiful restaurant located in the heart of Bertram, Texas, featuring a full mixology bar and menu offerings including hand select and house cut steaks. They also offer private parties and event space. The Standard on Vaughn is the place to be. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Free live music every weekend. The Standard on Vaughn, 145 East Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. TheStandardOnVaughn.com.
Certainly been a battle between these two teams tonight. Timberwolves and Panthers. We know about the toughness of this Liberty Hill team, though. This will be another test. Paul's pass deflected on that far side. David Cooper and Ross Brown, 2 players in there. Paul came across, kicked it out of bounds. Crucial turnover here at the end of this third quarter. Under a minute left. Looks like Markel Timmons going to hold for last shot. 45 seconds. Timberwolves will not come out. to challenge the ball. Nice sort of informal screen there by Eric Richardson. Schultz's jumper off the rim. Paul now will get the foul call on Jacob McLeod. Only the third team foul on the Panthers. Paul Timmons right up on him, and 5 seconds is the call. Wow, how often do you see that? Markel Timmons right on him, and Ethan Paul just couldn't get rid of it. Referee calls the 5-second count, and with 10 seconds left, Panthers will have to go quickly, take advantage of this last possession. Scott, Timmons, corner three. Off the rim, no good. The shot from McLeod will not count. And that'll do it for the third quarter, but Panthers stretch that lead just a bit. Even if it's the 6-point advantage, it's Panthers 33, Timberwolves 27.
Liberty Civil Construction is a full-service site contractor based in Leander, Texas, who specializes in residential and commercial utility work. Liberty Civil Construction builds roads, bridges, utilities, anything that is vital to civil infrastructures. Liberty Civil Construction covers a territory ranging from Temple to New Braunfels and from Manor to Marble Falls. At Liberty Civil Construction, their build is their bond. People, communities, and cities depend on the work that they do, and so do they. Because they live where they work, it's vital that they get the job done right every time. Liberty Civil Construction, 512-763-1161.
On to the epic final quarter here at the Timber Dome. Welcome back to Running Panthers basketball here on Vype Live. My name is Adam Mueller. Thanks for joining us tonight. Contentious away trip here for the Panthers. It's been a fight. Can't afford to look ahead to the two bigger games that are coming up. The huge matchup against Leander on Friday, and then senior night, the last home game of the season against Rouse in a week's time. Got to take care of business against these Timberwolves. Three from Ortiz, no good. Muneshi eventually tracks it down. Risky pass to Ortiz. And good sportsmanship there as Faulkner fouls Ortiz. Second on Faulkner. Not really aware of any foul trouble for either team. Timberwolves 13-17 overall, 4-7 in district. It's good for 6th place in District 25 5A. Now the ball kicked out of bounds by Jackson Scott. Panthers and Leander Lions at 10-1, Rouse Raiders at 8-3, Glen Grizzlies at 6-5, Hayes at 5-6. That's your top five. And you've got Cedar Park, Lockhart, and Lehman in District 25 5A. This is Ross Brown in the corner. Ross Brown. First time we've said his name, but it's a huge three to get Timberwolves back in touching distance. Saladay is going to be called for the reach on Richardson just as Eric was catching the ball. Good to see the Panthers work it down low. Just about the frustrations. Early timeout for Coach Blake Brown, just about a minute through this fourth quarter. You're watching Panthers basketball on Vype Live.
to one of our buzzer beater sponsors, Globe Theater in Bertram, Texas, a hometown hideaway established in 1935, blends modern conveniences with historic Art Deco architecture. The Globe Theater now features live music, classic movies, and special events. Come out for the day, the night, or the weekend. This is a must-see destination in the Hill Country. Globe Theater, 132 West Vaughn Street, Bertram, Texas. Online at globetheatertx.com.
Just jump right in after the 30-second timeout. Thank you to our sponsors, of course, and thank you to Runnin' Panthers Booster Club for your support. Runnin' Panthers basketball, good to be with you all season long. Huge fourth quarter, 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Early in this one, Christian Faulkner is going to fire a three and answer. That looked like that was something that was called in the timeout by Coach Bourne. Muneshi for a three comes off the back rim. A little too deep, maybe. Those are the first 3 points of the games for Christian Faulkner, of course playing against his old team. Panthers don't have to rush. 6 points seems significant in this game. Timmons fouled by Muneshi. 2 team fouls early in this quarter for the Timberwolves. Leander playing Glenn tonight at home. And Muneshi now fouls Richardson. I don't know if this is a plan for Coach Brown. Almost looked intentional. Muneshi just got his 3rd foul, though. So for the first time, we've got somebody in foul trouble in this game. Faulkner finds Schultz. Faulkner in the corner, fires again, no good. Schultz with the putback. 6 for Colin Schultz, highlight reel. Catch and lay in all in the air. Everything in one motion, and it's an 8-point game. Panthers starting to stretch their legs a little bit. Timberwolves will need some points, and they'll need them fast. That's Brown from the corner. Ross Brown, 6 points all in the last minute and a half. Keeps the Timberwolves right there. Richardson swings to Timmons. Markell with the left hand, deflected out of bounds. And now Coach Blake Boren wants the full timeout, and we'll stay right here with you and just look ahead. I was mentioning that Leander schedule just as we look forward. Again, at home against Glenn tonight, and then of course hosting the Panthers on Friday, and then they'll be down in Buda at Hayes in a week's time. So that's Leander's schedule. For the Panthers, of course, on Friday, they make the big trip to visit the Lions. Could be 2 teams at 11-1, of course, depending on the results tonight, facing off maybe even for the district title. Of course, can't say that definitively. Both teams have big games to finish off the year as well. I unfortunately won't be able to join you for that one. I've got a friend's wedding that I will be at, but Rob Yaskula will be in attendance, and you can of course catch it on Vype Live all season. I'll be back with you in a week's time, Tuesday, February 11th, final game of the season against Rouse. We know what happened in the first meeting between those 2 teams, senior night. But let's get back to this one. 5-point advantage for the Panthers. 5.5 left. Pass from Richardson over the head of Schultz and right out of the timeout. Timberwolves with the ball. That's a rejection from Richardson on the other side. Timmons uses the body so well. Ball just rolling around. And it's good effort by the two seniors. Senior captains Timmons and Scott. Again, Panthers don't have to go fast. Timmons catches on the wing, looks low, finds Schultz. Colin will take the three. Looked online, was online. And Colin Schultz extends the lead to 8 with 4.5 to go. Nelson's fouled.
Moves his head and he didn't even get hit in the head.
Ortiz in the corner, short.
Watch the block. That's intentional.
Ortiz again picking up a foul that seems very intentional. Off of the foul, Coach Brown calls the timeout, and we've got some more time here just to take a second out of the timeout. And 3 fouls now on Muneshi and Ortiz, 4 on the Timberwolves. So the Panthers will be shooting from this point on. Again, seemed intentional. The fouls by Muneshi on Richardson and now the foul on Ortiz to initiate the timeout. Seems like the Timberwolves wanted to press the issue and maybe force the Panthers to start shooting free throws late in this game in case they fell behind. They certainly have done that. Good shooting from the Panthers. Solid play. Colin Schultz with 9 points. Markel Timmons with 7. Haven't heard from Jackson Scott much in this second half, but he does lead the Panthers with 14. Sure, Coach Bourne out of that timeout said, okay, no need to rush. 4 minutes to play. Take all the time you need. Markel Timmons sees an opening, wants to go fast, fouled, and the shot is good. That feels huge in this game. Markel's free throw, no good. Scott rose above everyone, and Faulkner will just dribble out, reset. Boy, that could be even more important than the made basket. Good patience from Colin Schultz here. You could see it right from behind his angle. Richardson double teamed, foul called on the floor, but Richardson will be shooting. Sorry, Dallas Ortiz had 4 fouls. He just picked up foul number 5. I just don't understand that pattern of play for the Timberwolves. Maddox Muneshi will come in for him, and so one of the leading scorers for the Timberwolves, Ortiz, fouls out, comes out of the game. So sort of a strange second half here. Had a animated discussion with Coach Boren. Richardson missed the first one and knocks down the second one. Nothing but net. First point of the game for Richardson. Still 3.5 to go. Already see the Timberwolves thinking about the threes to get back in the game. Largest lead of the game for the Panthers. Nelson absorbs some contact, no good. Timmons strong, rips it out of there. And a hush falls over the crowd as the Panthers set up the offense. Timmons got tons of room. He'll give it to Scott. Play the conservative ball. Jackson spins, no good. Richardson knocked down. And now hustles back, knocks it away. Good hustle from Eric Richardson. Thought he was fouled here on this end, but runs all the way back, gets his hand on the pass. And the drought for Timberwolves continues. Right as I say that, Schultz gives to Nabil Ishmael, who throws it down with two hands. And again, Coach Brown using that full timeout now, still down 9. And again, we'll stay here. Just wasn't expecting this many timeouts here in the fourth quarter, but both teams saved them up late, and you would think now with 2:21 to go in quarter number 4 that the Timberwolves will have to come out and press the Panthers for the first time in this game. Some guys for the Timberwolves that have played a significant amount of minutes. I mean, I'm mainly thinking about Nabil Ishmael. He's, I think, played almost this entire game. Nelson's played a big chunk of it as well. Solid A. But they will need to initiate the action here, bother the Panthers enough to cause turnovers like they just did. Panthers need to be solid with the basketball. McLeod, Timmons, Faulkner, Scott, and Richardson. 4 seniors and a sophomore. But we've seen Jacob McLeod a lot down the stretch in close games. So here's that zone press. It's like an extended 2-3. Again, not unlike what the Panthers will see in practice. Scott, Faulkner, Timmons. Finds Scott underneath the bucket. That'll be a layup. You'll take that. You'll take that. Faulkner missed the steal. Muneshi drops the 3. Now to an 8-point game. Minute 40 seconds to go. Scott again open down low. McLeod, Richardson went for the dunk, missed it, and then caught the ball as he was hanging onto the rim, which you can't do. Eric wanted the absolute statement dunk. Couldn't get it to go. Paul through the middle, and boy, Coach Brown, I guess, has all of his timeouts. So a technical is called. I don't know if it's called on Coach Brown for calling a timeout when he didn't have one, or for arguing. I don't know what he's arguing about. Panthers fans love that. Markel Timmons will shoot the technical free throws. And could get it to drop on the first one. Coach Brown still having an animated discussion with one of the officials. Markel hits the free throw. And because of the technical, ball will go back to the Panthers. What a strange sequence of events. It just seems to me like it would be called because he's calling a timeout without having one. I don't know why Coach Brown would get a technical in that situation. Pressure now applied by the Timberwolves. Richardson, strong hands in the middle. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. Panthers doing well, just holding the ball. Timmons dribbles right through. He'll go to the free throw line. Okay, so this confirms it, folks. this timeout called by Cedar Park, so that technical called on Coach Brown was just for poor discipline, just for arguing with the refs. What a strange call, or a strange thing for Coach Brown to do, but the Panthers will take it. 9-point lead. Markel Timmons to the free throw line. He's got 10 points. Jackson Scott leads everybody with 16. Colin Schultz with 9. And the Panthers again showing this sort of grit and determination all season long. And they'll need to show it more as we get in these huge last couple of games. Highly, highly contentious atmosphere, controversial calls, but you put your head down, you keep working. Stay calm, fundamental. And with 1 minute and 4 seconds, Timmons opportunity to stretch the lead to double digits again. Left it short on the first one. Unhappy with himself. Bounces around, comes off Jacob McLeod. 2 misses on the free throws for Timmons. Ishmael's going to try and let it roll. Timberwolves have to go fast. Little back screen did not work as Christian Faulkner picks it off, and he will go to the basket, miss the layup. Jacob McLeod, sophomore, but certainly with the poise of a senior, rebounds the ball, dribbles it out, gets fouled. I mean, it's so crucial, right? Timberwolves not even able to get a shot up on that last possession. See what Jacob McLeod can do from the free throw line. I don't know. Is he really a sophomore? I don't know. Just incredible poise. I mean, again, it's so telling that Coach Bourne puts him in down the stretch. The game awareness so good, and how about this steal right off the inbound? Missed it, got his own rebound, gets it to Jackson Scott, who's certainly going to throw it down. And now we're going to have a technical, I believe, called on Scott for hanging on to the rim. Ishmael knocks down the technical free throw. It really should all be administrative at this point. 11-point game with 38 seconds to go. Panthers unhappy about it. I don't think Jackson Scott really hung on to the rim for that long. Paul's just having trouble getting this in. Ishmael's just going to have to fire this away. No good. Muneshi can't get to it. It'll go back to the Panthers. 32 seconds. Five seconds. Timmons has to get it across. Tons of contact from Paul. The Timberwolves giving up here, or McLeod thought about it, but Jacob's not going to shoot a three now. And with 14.6 seconds to go, Jacob McLeod to the line. Ice cold. There's Jacob McLeod. Boy. Might be the guy to be your free throw shooter in situations down the stretch, Jacob McLeod. 7 points, a lot of it late here in the fourth quarter. 13-point lead, biggest advantage for the Panthers. Mukherjee has to throw it up off the rim. Scott the rebound. And the Panthers in the penultimate away game of the season come out with another gritty victory, pulling away from the Timberwolves in the fourth quarter, 53-40. This team just keeps impressing over and over again. Now for the big one, Friday night against Leander. Again, Rob Yaskula will be with you for that one. Tune in. I'll be back in a week's time. Been a good one tonight. Panthers victorious again. And I will say goodnight. Your final again from the Timber Dome. It's the Liberty Hill Panthers 53, Cedar Park Timberwolves 40. Good night, everybody.